Well, I was gifted a gift card for Christmas from Winners, and I bought myself a couple of needle felting kits. They were really super cheap, only $4 each. And I also got myself some comfy bedroom slippers. So I thought I'd play with this needle felting kit and see what kind of miniatures we can make. Okay, I have to put a disclaimer on this. I am no needle felting expert at all. So I just opened up the kits. I have no intention of making the Christmas ornaments that the kits were intended to make. Instead, I'm going to try my best to see if I can make some miniatures. So, did watch a few YouTube channel videos on how to do needle felting. Didn't really find anything in miniature, although I have seen some beautiful, I mean, absolutely extraordinary work in miniature. This will not be one of those videos, just a warning. This is really my second go at it, so, and I'll show you the first thing I made as soon as I'm finished. I'm going to use this white as the filler because I have more of this color than any other color, and I don't want to waste all the colors. So I'm going to be attempting to make a little gnome. And so my first attempt at this, I've never made one before. So I'm just kind of giving it the basic shape that I want it to have. And it comes with like a little foam thing that I'm going to be doing the felting on, and that's what the felting needle looks like. So I'm just going to lay it down, and so I'm going to be speeding up the video so that you don't have to watch me stab this piece like a million times. So the basic gist of this is that you just keep on stabbing it and stabbing it and stabbing it until it becomes firm. And that's basically how this works. So, so I've just made my basic shape, and now I've got some yellow, and I'm going to be using yellow for the, I guess, the clothing. So I'm just going to wrap it around and make sure that it's only on the bottom half. So this will be the little shirt, and I'm basically going to be continuously stabbing it with the needle felt or the needle, and making sure that it attaches itself to the white. So when you do this, you just got to make sure that you continue to felt it in until it becomes one solid piece. So I'm just going ahead, and you can see I'm using the needle also to put it into the correct place that I want the yellow to be. And I'm not going to over felt it, because once you felt it too much, then the needle won't go in it at all. So I'm just going to do it lightly, and then at the end I will felt it more to make it more solid. So now I'm doing the hat, and I'm doing the same thing as I did with the yellow. I'm just wrapping the red around it, and I think I've got a little bit too much, so I'm just going to split it, and I'm going to wrap this around. So you can see here, I'm just making a very good definition between the yellow and the red. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want the hat to be completely separate from the body of the little gnome. So I'm just gonna felt this in a little bit. You can see I'm doing that by just as soon as you stick it with the needle, it just kind of adheres to the white part that I made the form out of and firms it up. So, and it takes quite a bit of time. Like, you know, what you're seeing here is sped up to 5 times the regular speed. So it does take me about a half an hour to make this little guy. And I think that you would get better at it the more practice that you have with it. Um, I've not used an armature or anything like this. Is just solid yarns or solid wool. So I'm just kind of putting the hat together. And you can see here, there's some white you can still see, so I'm going to have to wrap it once again to make sure that none of the white is showing. And I also have to make sure that there's a good separation between the white and the yellow, or sorry, the yellow and the red. So as you can see, I'm just kind of wrapping it up as best as I possibly can. And I find that when I'm stabbing it with the felting needle, that it kind of goes furry when I go right through it into the foam. So if I go through it only kind of halfway, then it doesn't make that fuzziness. So I'm just kind of felting it all in, and there you go. I've got my basic gnome done. So I know it doesn't look like much, but it will get better, I promise. So now I've got some pale pink, and I'm just gonna take off just a very, very small smidgen, and see how easy it pulls apart. You can just like take as much or as little as you want, and I'm just gonna roll this with my fingers into a little ball, and that is going to become his nose. So before I attach it to the actual gnome, I'm going to felt it just a little bit so that I've actually got it into a little ball. And you got to be really careful with little tiny pieces like this because it's easy to over felt them. So if I felt it too much, like if I punch too many holes in it, it'll become impossible to put the needle into because it'll get so hard. So there's kind of a happy medium to it. So I've just got it at the right size, and then I'm just going to stab it a few times to attach it to the actual gnome itself. So I'm not sure if I really like the size of the nose that I put on this, but nonetheless, that's it. It's already attached. I guess I could pull it off. So now I've got this kind of cream colored yarn, and I don't know if you call it yarn, felting wool. And I'm just going to take the scissors. You can see how it's cream colored compared to the white. I'm just going to take the scissors and I'm going to trim off a little piece, and that's what I'm going to make his little beard out of. So I'm just going to set this aside, and I think this cream color will look good as beard. I guess I could have done it white as well, but I kind of like the cream color. So I'm just going to fold it in half, and that will be the very bottom of the beard. So I'm going to put it on in 2 pieces. So you can see here, I'm just kind of holding it in place, and I'm not going to be stabbing it as many times because I want it to be long like a beard. So I don't want it to be completely felted in. I still want it to have kind of a beard hair appearance to it. So now I've got the second piece, and again I'm folding it in half, and this piece I'm placing right underneath the nose, and I'm going to be felting it just on the top half. So like just near the top where the nose is. I don't want to felt all the way into the beard because I want the beard to stay on the gnome, but I still want it to look like beard hair. So there you go. I have to do it a little bit more underneath the nose, and you can see here it kind of looks like beard hair. And then I'm just going to take the scissors and I'm going to trim it into a little V, and that's kind of what he looks like. So I guess I could have left it a little bit longer, but I'm kind of pleased with the way it looks. Just have to felt it just a little bit more beside the nose because I want it to go all the way up to the hat. So I just gotta stick the needle, the felting needle in a few more times. And there you go. That's what he looks like. So I'm going to, I want the hat to kind of turn to the side. So I'm just going to continuously punch it in one spot so that it actually bends. And that's actually incredibly easy. So you can see here, because I'm going in and in and in into the same spot, it's making the top of his hat kind of bend over. This is much easier than one might think, but mind you, like, this isn't a highly detailed item either. So now I'm going to the bottom of the gnome and felting it so that it becomes flat on the bottom so that it stands up. So not 100% satisfied with the nose, but it's still pretty cute. I mean, it would look nice on a fireplace of a little miniature dollhouse, I think. I mean, you know, for a first go at it, without a pattern, I just did this out of my head. I think it turned out not too bad. Now, my first item that I did, which I didn't do on camera, is this little kitty cat. So, not 100% pleased with its little mouth, but, and the eyes are a little bit wonky, but I kind of got the basic shape of a cat. At least it kind of looks like a cat to me. Well, I think it's one of those things where practice does make perfect, and these are the first two things that I've ever felted. And I received a lovely mold from my friend Liliane, and I love these. I think they're really beautiful. Perfect little porcelain ceiling medallions. This mold came off of Temu. And you don't have to do it in porcelain like I did. You could use paper clay or even polymer clay for that matter. I'm super, super pleased with these. I thought they turned out really well. The other thing I made during the holidays was I did a batch of porcelain. You can see in the background there's the little gingerbread houses that I did on my previous video. But here's some dishes that I've made. And I'm really pleased with how they turned out. And I did a little clock in pink. I haven't put the face of the clock on yet. And I made a little puppy dog. And you can see here he's got a little circle around one of his eyes. I'm kind of pleased with the way he turned out. Then that's also in porcelain. And then, I don't know if I've shown you guys these before, but I made a mold out of a Strombecker radio. And so I've been making them in porcelain. And then I made a bunch of bowls. So I'm quite pleased with the way they turned out. And everything in this batch all matched, which is something I don't typically do. Next, I'm going to turn the video over to our good friend Kevin in the UK and see what he's been up to.
So here I am back in the workshop working on the 45. So it's now time to fit the windows to the right hand side of the house plus the garage doors. So that is today's job. So hopefully that will all go well, and at some point it's either making the chimneys or it's making the lights for the back. We'll see. Well, Dollhouse lovers, I've actually got a little bit carried away this evening, and it's gone much better and quicker than I anticipated. So glass and rear doors on, and garage doors on, working, hinges on, oiled, all the rest of it. And actually I've hung the front door, so all the hinges cleaned, all catch clean, and it's on. And the other thing it should have two flaps where the batteries go. Now I've got two genuine batteries that came out of one of the houses this is the exact right ones for the job. Now you can still buy these, but what I shall do, the labels have obviously come off now because they've got damp, so I'll get some of these printed up and put those around the genuine batteries which you can buy new. So I need to make 2 new chimneys. I'll keep, this is genuine one, but I'll keep this as a pattern because I do with all the chimneys that I make, and I'll need to make 2 of those. And also this will have lights when I finish with it, so I've got one original light board there, which I need to make another one. That switch will all work and it'll bring all the lights on at once to the other side as well. That'll be next.
So Kevin's been shopping there in the UK, and he always sends me pictures of the things that he finds when he's looking for Dollhouse stuff. So this is one of his recent purchases, and it came with all of the furniture, which is absolutely delightful. Ignore the video in the background. I had to put the photographs over top of something, so that's one of my previous videos. But I'm quite enamored of this new house that he purchased, and I'm hoping that he'll do a little bit of a video on it and give us a little bit of information about this particular house. But I mean, look at that door knocker. Isn't that door just absolutely beautiful? It's just absolutely gorgeous, the inside of this house. You can see that when he purchased it, it came with all of the furnishings, and it's been done just absolutely lovely. I love that little kitchen. Look how gorgeous it is. You know, it's lovely to be able to be in the UK, because I think like a lot of this vintage and antique furniture, as well as dollhouses, is much more accessible than what it is here in North America. And some of the stuff that he's able to acquire is just absolutely, you know, a whole nother level. Like, look at that little sitting room. Isn't that beautiful? Just absolutely beautiful. And then there's the little bedroom in his new dollhouse. I just love it.
Well, happy New Year, viewers. Today, before I do any more Doll's House work, I really need to get this talking to me for the first time. So now the amplifier is up and ready to go. I just need to fill it full of records, redo the toner hom, and hopefully before this day's out, or even the hour maybe, it will sing to me for the first time. So the first move will be to fill the jukebox full of records. Obviously this jukebox plays 78 RPM records. The jukebox dates to 1937, so I'll try and select some records as close to that kind of era as I can. This is only the first test, so anything can happen, but hopefully all will go well. It speaks for the first time in decades and decades. So now, having some success with the jukebox, I put that down again a minute because I'm on a roll with it now and I don't want to go backwards today. So I've bought the ultra modern 53 out of the car and put it into the workshop here. Now you can see the actual 45 is a big doll's house, but compared to the 53 it's nothing. So there'll be some subtle restoration to do to this. It's been painted over and it's a little bit cream for my liking. Probably not showing up that in this light, but it is. It's interesting that every time you look at one of these ultra moderns you see something different, and you can see that there's a few things different and possibly wrong. That's been kind of marbleized. So I'd like to wish all of the viewers a happy new year. This is the collection of my own has finished up at the end of 2024. I think it's true to say I've had a very good year. It's got a little bit full in here now, but obviously I need to have a serious move around and get it looking good.
Can you believe that Dollhouse collection of Kevin's? That's really something. And that's not even a quarter of them, I don't think. He's got like tons inside the house as well. So, I mean, his collection is just absolutely massive. And lately he's been doing a lot of history on some of the houses that he owns, as well as houses that others have in their collection. He's really, really good at digging in the internet and finding the history of things. Like, I wished I had that kind of skill. He's just absolutely amazing at restoration, and I'm so grateful to have him partner with me on some of these videos that we've been creating together, and I look forward to doing further collaborations with him. It's just been amazing being able to watch the journey of some of the stuff that he restores, including his jukeboxes. It's just absolutely fascinating. Well, everyone, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It's free to do so. Hit that like button, and I love it when you guys leave comments. I try and get back to each and every one of you. That was kind of fun trying my hand at doing needle felting. It's always nice to try a new skill set, and yeah, I'm going to try and make some more stuff. I'd like to wish each and every one of you a very happy new year and all the best for 2025. And once again, everyone, have the best day ever.